towns you pass through, and there are towns you remember. Hey, I'm the Tombstone Rider, and today Bill and I are arriving in Seligman, Arizona, one of the most iconic stops on the Mother Road and arguably the town most responsible for keeping the spirit of Route 66 alive. This year we're celebrating two incredible milestones, 100 years of Route 66 and 250 years of America. And there's no better place to celebrate both than right here in a town that refused to let America's most famous highway fade into history. After leaving Oatman, Bill and I enjoyed another beautiful ride across northern Arizona and made our way through Hackberry with the famous general store full of vintage gas pumps, classic cars, and enough Route 66 memorabilia to keep you looking around for hours. From there, we rolled through Peach Springs, the gateway to the Grand Canyon's west rim. It's a relaxing ride with wide open desert, long stretches of highway, and plenty of time to appreciate why Route 66 became America's highway. Arriving in Seligman and seeing the new Seligman Route 66 sign is pretty cool. At first glance, Seligman doesn't look like much. It's a small town with a population of only a few hundred people, but appearances can be deceiving. This little town changed the future of Route 66. When Interstate 40 completed in 1978, it bypassed Seligman just like it bypassed hundreds of small towns across America. Almost overnight, traffic disappeared. Motels emptied, restaurants struggled, gas stations closed, and for many communities, that was the end of the story. But not here. One man believed Route 66 deserved better, and his name was Angel Delgadillo. Angel was a local barber whose family had lived in Seligman for generations, and instead of watching his town slowly disappear, he gathered the local business owners and started fighting to preserve Route 66. In 1987, those efforts led to the creation of the historic Route 66 Association of Arizona. That simple idea started something much bigger, and soon other states followed. Historic Route 66 became something worth preserving instead of replacing. Today, millions of travelers from around the world still visit Route 66 because of people like Angel who refuse to let it disappear. And that's why Seligman is proudly known as the birthplace of historic Route 66. Without this town, Route 66 might only exist in history books. One of my favorite things about Seligman is that it doesn't feel manufactured. It feels lived in. And everywhere you look, there's another piece of Route 66 history. There's vintage neon signs, classic cars parked out front, old motels, gift shops packed with license plates, old advertisements, and souvenirs from every era. You don't have to search very hard to find something interesting. Just walking down the street feels like stepping back in time. And honestly, that's exactly why people come here. Even if you've never driven Route 66, you've probably seen Seligman before. When Pixar was creating the movie Cars, the filmmakers traveled Route 66 looking for inspiration. Seligman made a lasting impression. Many people believe the fictional town of Radiator Springs was inspired by places just like this. And more interesting, an Angel himself was widely believed to have inspired the character Ramon, the friendly lowrider who owns the body shop in the movie. Now, whether you're 5 years old or 75, Cars introduced millions of people to Route 66. And for families, that movie became the first introduction to America's most famous highway. And before long, they wanted to come see the real thing. One thing I love about Route 66 is that it reminds us America wasn't built only in big cities. It was built in towns like this, places where people knew their neighbors, where travelers stopped for lunch, where kids bought ice cream after school, where families running small businesses greeted strangers with a smile. Route 66 connected all those communities, and it made America feel smaller and a lot friendlier. Seligman still captures that feeling, and you can sit outside one of the restaurants, watch motorcycles roll by from every corner of the country, and before long, you're talking with someone you've never met. That's Route 66. Standing under the Seligman sign, I couldn't help thinking about everyone who's come before us. The families escaping the Dust Bowl, soldiers returning home from war, vacationers heading west, truck drivers making deliveries, and now, two friends on Harley-Davidson celebrating the centennial of Route 66. The vehicles have changed, the road has changed, America has changed. But the feeling? That feeling of adventure when you point your front wheels towards the horizon, that's exactly the same. If you're planning your own Route 66 adventure, don't make the mistake of simply driving past Seligman. Stop, walk around, talk to the locals, grab a burger at the famous Snowcap Drive-In, take a few pictures, and slow down. because towns like this are the reason Route 66 became legendary in the first place. And as we celebrate 100 years of the Mother Road and 250 years of America, Seligman reminds us that history isn't something locked away in museums. Sometimes it's still alive, waiting for the next traveler to pull in. Thanks for riding along with Bill and me as we continue our Route 66 Centennial adventure. If you've enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate if you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and come back for the next stop of the Mother Road. Until next time, keep the rubber side down.